This class and course is called the differentiating effect. So the differentiating effect is what separates you from every other salesperson out there. It's kind of like your unique selling proposition as an individual salesperson. I'm Cameron Moore, and throughout this course, we'll be covering tips and strategies to help salespeople build their own business and also at the same time build their own personal brand. So I sold luxury cars in Texas and then had the opportunity to become the business development and training director for Build a Brand and also wear many hats within the company and had the opportunity to help salespeople across the United States build their own personal brand. When giving examples throughout this course, it'll be mainly focused towards the automotive community, but here's the great part. Anything that I say is actually applicable in any industry. So all you need to do is put on your thinking cap and think, how can I utilize this in what I'm currently doing now? Because I guarantee you, no one's probably doing this stuff. And if they are, they're probably not telling anyone because that's why they're killing it. So do you know what separates the average people from the great people? Well, it's the work ethic. What you put in your work, your life, your relationships is going to be what you get out. There's no secret sauce or formula. And if there was, well, we basically wouldn't be right here, right now. So for this first class, we'll be covering prospecting. You're like, why are we starting with prospecting? Well, before you can actually sell something, you have to prospect and you have to have, kind of like your pipeline of leads and referrals. So we're going to start there because it's the basics and the foundation. So how do you prospect? Where do you prospect? Well, I know when I say this, you're not going to believe me and you're like, oh my gosh, like that's so crazy, because it's been in front of you like this entire time. So where you prospect and where you start prospecting is with your family and friends that you have right by you in like real life and then also online in your circle of influence on social media. So there's 3% that are in the market to buy your product or service each month. So you got to think about what is it about me that makes me special, that makes them want to work with me? Like what's the differentiating effect about me that people want to send me referrals? And you have to constantly think about that because salespeople, for some odd reason, a lot of us just think, the customer will come to me. Well, the reality is they don't have to anymore. There's so much information online and people will basically buy anything, whatever they want. So you have to have something that's going to help separate you from everyone else and provide an experience that cannot be matched. So now we start with their family and friends, and then you think about, so what do you got to post? A lot of people, and this is mainly for the automotive, a lot of people are out there and they're posting sell, sell, sell. Oh, huge sell. Well, I mean, check it out. Like the consumer knows that there's sells. They're really not looking for that. So the recent report from Google for 2019 showed that 95% of the consumers that were actively looking to buy a car were looking at videos on how-tos, walk-arounds, comparison videos. They weren't looking for sell videos. They were looking for educational information to help them make an informed decision on if they should purchase that car. So that's why you have to be the one to actually provide that. I mean, if you look at the car, you have so many things that you can actually do a video about. Like, let's start with the basics. Like, first off, like how to connect your Apple CarPlay. A lot of cars come standard with Apple CarPlay, and most Androids and iPhones, you just plug your phone up and then you have it on the screen there. You can even start more basic than that. How to connect your Bluetooth. Pretty basic. And then providing that information, just giving it to people out on social media for free. Don't charge them for it. Just provide the value. And then doing simple things like comparison videos. If you have a new body style that comes out, compare it to the old body style. What's different? What's new? If you have a new body style come out and you have its competitor, we'll do a comparison video between those two. And so, great example, I did a video and it was the 2018 BMW X3 better than the Mercedes GLC. Perfect timing. The vehicle, the 2018 BMW X3, just came out with a new body style and it was just perfect timing. So I typed up, basically look at the Moroni label. It's the little sheet that tells you everything about each car, and I put in my own words, and then I went around both cars and I basically just highlighted the features and from the GLC and the BMW, and explained why I believe, in my own opinion, that if you're comparing side by side the 2018 BMW X3 and the 2018 Mercedes GLC, on why the X3 is better because the new body style. Now that video got like 90,000 views. I got 4 sales off of it, and it provided a lot of information and education to the consumer. Now some people didn't like it. Like some people that are Mercedes lovers were like, "Oh, this is a terrible video." I'm not trying to please everyone. What I want to please is the people that actually like it. And if you watch the video, I don't even say like exactly like why they're better. I just kind of just compare the two vehicles and talk about the features. So now let's talk about what else you can do to really get your name and who you are out there and providing value when prospecting. So if you talk to 20 people belly to belly each day, you're going to create more opportunities, you're going to sell more. Why aren't we doing that? Why are we sitting at the dealership all day expecting people to come see us? And when we are at the dealership, we don't even hit up the service drive. I mean, we don't hit up like people that are going in there, just to get their oil change and then say, "Hey, would you like to check out the new body style?" Those are missed opportunities. And now you think about, even if you're selling houses, well, you should be talking to 20 people belly to belly each day and telling them, what you do. And don't make it always about you, but get to know them. Start building relationships. So the whole idea of this and what I'm talking about is not just prospecting and talking about yourself, but it's about building relationships, and that's going to be the big differentiator between you and everyone else, because you're going to build value and giving the customer everything they need right at their fingertips. But then you're also going to build relationships. Like, you're going to actually know what they like, talk to them. Don't make it transactional, because yes, you can start doing transactional stuff and that's great for a little bit of time, but the reality is you will fail. And if your only thing in life is like when you're posting something that's like, "Oh, I'm going to sell it," or "I'm going to sell," well, that's great for a little bit. That's a good mindset for most people that don't really do a lot and pretty much aren't very successful transactionally. So you need to build it around building a relationship. So it's not about that one sell. It's about building a relationship with that person so that you can work with their family and friends and then continue on, so that basically be a snowball effect. It'll roll down, and then you'll have more opportunities than the person that's just doing transactional sales that can't tell you anything about their customer, didn't even do a needs assessment. So those people are usually we'll get to that some other time. So now we talked about, basically where you start prospecting with your family and friends and your circle of influence on social media. Talked about kind of like what kind of posts you should be doing, and that's posts about basically building value, giving the consumer what they want without them having to ask for it, without them having to, in the automotive industry, come to the dealership, right? They don't have to come there. So quit thinking that way. That's 1950s. And if you keep, basically expecting everyone to live like it was 1950 because you're too scared to live in the future, you're going to be left behind. So step your game up. And then now the last part of this entire thing was basically just saying that you need to build relationships with customers when prospecting. So it's not just transactional. It is building relationships to basically have a clientele list. And I think you should all change the word customers to clientele or clients, because a customer is a transaction. A client is someone that you're building a relationship with that's going to last a lifetime. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just a quick video about prospecting. And like I said, it was mainly towards the automotive industry. But the good news is, if you can think outside the box, that's all you have to do. You have to just try just a little bit, like just a little bit harder than everyone else, and you'll dominate them. Because everyone makes it so easy, right? So just think outside the box if you're not in the automotive industry, and this can all be applicable in any industry. So I'll just do a quick example. Say you sell health insurance. Why aren't you doing videos telling people the difference between HMO and a PPO, short-term liability and long-term liability? Because I don't know any of those. I mean, I kind of do, but you need to provide those videos. No one else is doing it. You sell houses. Well, let's talk about the difference between a house that was built with brick and a house that wasn't. Maybe talk about the difference between having certain types of countertops versus the others, and what kind of paints to use. Like, that's stuff you need to know. And if you provide that to the consumer as they're looking for it online, they're going to want to work with you because you're the one that provided it for free. So I hope you guys enjoyed this class. The next class we'll be talking about is why you should brand yourself. So stay tuned for that one.